Welcome to Bank on Her. I'm Makenzie Conklin, and I teach you how to make confidence a strength in and out of your business so you can build self-made wealth and unrealistic success on your terms. I've gone from defeatingly low self-worth to a multiple six-figure entrepreneur by learning how to bank on myself, and I believe you can do it too. Listen to find out how. Hi, welcome back to Bank on Her. The intro for today, I feel like in my head is going to perfectly coincide with what we're talking about today. So let's just dive right in. Since last week, here's what's happened. I had a birthday. I got older. It's an age that I'm not going to publicly state, even though I publicly state it everywhere, just for mystery on this episode. And I'm so dramatic. And it's an age where I have a lot of thoughts about it. I have a lot of thoughts. It's all right. It's okay. I'm getting older. It's going to be a great year either way. But all over my TikTok, also my astrologer, has let me know that this week is my first week being this age, but it's also the end of, and let me preface, I'm not an astrology girly. I'm really not. I don't understand any of it, but anyway, it just works for today's episode. So that my Mercury retrograde is ending. Let me know if anyone knows what that means. But basically, I guess that the last 3 years have been hell for me, which they really, really freaking have. I've had a lot going on in my life and a lot of shit and trauma and issues go on in multiple areas of my life since in the last 3 years, but there's also been really beautiful things. And my business is one of the most beautiful things that I've been able to create in the last 3 years anyway. And I've been able to create some $400,000 cash or something in the last 2-ish years. I've met so many new friends. I've moved to California. I've been traveling the world. There's just been a lot of beauty amongst a lot of shit. But the good news for me is that as a Taurus, apparently the next year is going to be lucky as hell for me, that's great. And the other thing that's been going on that I want to kind of preface with this episode too, which will make sense, is that so many of you, and I feel so honored, so many of you have reached out to let me know that you've been binging the podcast, that you really love certain episodes, people that I haven't talked to before, that I don't know. And so if that's you, first of all, come say hi to me. I love you all. I want to follow you. I want to chat with you. I'm bad at responding. I have 43 unread text messages right now. It's just my ADHD, but love me anyway. But I want to talk to you. But the thing of how this ties in today's episode is that I haven't received a lot of validation on my podcast. I don't know if people are listening. I don't check the stats on it. So of course your mind's going to fill in the blanks, but I'm still able to. Sometimes this is a monthly episode. Sometimes it's a weekly or monthly podcast. Sometimes it's a weekly podcast, but I've still been able to show up and create these. And so the reason I've been able to create really amazing, just the most amazing life. I couldn't ask for a better life. Out of the 3 shit years of the Mercury retrograde, and the reason why I've been able to still show up and make a podcast that you guys are telling me you love, even though I haven't received a lot of validation, is because of the topic that we're talking about today, which is all about emotions versus belief when it comes to creating everything we want in life, in business, and more. Let's get right into this episode. If this episode speaks to you, this is something that you should be in one-to-one coaching for. I see it all the time with my one-to-ones. It's something we clean up in one-to-one. And I have 2 more spots open starting July. And so I don't know when I'm booked out after that. I'm close. I'm full until July. I have a couple spots opening. So if this episode resonates, come talk to me about one-to-one coaching. It's just the most expansive, it's just the best container. Dreams just become realities in my one-to-one coaching. They do crazy things. They move abroad after a lifelong dream about it. They start second businesses. They start third businesses. They start dating. They start loving their life. They just do incredible things. And they take such big action, which is what today's episode is all about. So I know I said we're going to dive in, but now we're going to dive in. So something that I see happen a lot is that female founders will stop themselves from taking action because of their emotions and they're not being led by their beliefs. And it's usually because their beliefs are a little low or lower than we want them to be. And so what happens is that when we let our emotions dictate what actions we do or don't take, we end up falling victim. Our success falls victim to whatever range of emotions we're feeling in any given point in time or any given day. And the thing is that you cannot stop yourself from having the full spectrum of human emotions. You are always going to experience the full spectrum of human emotions, anything from confidence, joy, courage, feeling on top of the world, to depressed and anxious and feeling traumatized and all of the lower emotions. You cannot stop any emotion from happening. It's just going to be the response that your nervous system is having, that you are having. And so we want to make sure that, and really the way that you're going to be able to hit any goal that you have and succeed to the levels that you're wanting is that you're taking action more based off of your identity and beliefs rather than your emotions. So the thing that people are always very intrigued with when it comes to me is that I can be depressed and upset and tired, unmotivated, anxious, traumatized, sad, and uncertain, and whatever it is, frustrated, but I'm still able to be confident and hit my goals. And so and that's because the actions that I take towards my goals are fully based off of my identity and my beliefs, and I'll go more into that. But when you tie your ability to achieve, to take action, to create something that you really want, and it's tied to emotions, then your ability to create what you want will always be in fluctuation because your emotions are always in fluctuation. So when what you do or don't do action-wise is reliant on feelings rather than your belief, you're going to struggle to create what you want. We'll struggle to work out, to be kind to others, to earn the money we want, to show up for ourselves, to care for ourselves, all of it. It all ties in, whether it's life, whether it's business. I can and often am feeling depressed as hell, but I'm still going to achieve because of my belief. I can feel depressed and my belief is high. And I am diagnosed with depression. It's not just feeling depressed. I really genuinely have depression. And so I can be depressed and confident. And it's because confidence, for example, of course, with me, it's my identity, it's my character, it's my belief. But it's also my feelings. And so here's really the nuance of it. I can feel confident, but I am a full-time confident person. It's who I am. So you can have the feeling of confidence, but you can also be a confident person, right? Similarly, you can have the feelings of doubt. You can be doubtful, but still be a confident person. Where a lot of people get tripped up is on the feeling. So if we continue with the example of confidence, so many people tell me my confidence is always wavering. My confidence is always wavering. And I feel like I can only succeed when I'm really confident or feeling whatever emotion you want here, motivated, inspired, whatever it is. That's because you're thinking of it as a feeling, and you're going to always have fluctuating emotions because you're a human with a brain and a nervous system. And so, of course, your confidence always wavers because you're just feeling it. It's not part of your identity yet, because you have to get your beliefs up. You have to have constant same thoughts about yourself, regardless of circumstances, all of the time, to have that confidence there. And that's something that we work on with one-to-one, is you having the same beautiful thoughts about yourself in the best of times and the worst of times. And when you really have that well practiced, that's confidence. That's being confident. But if you are just in certain circumstances feeling confident, and then the circumstances change and now you're not confident, that's just you having the feeling of confidence. too many of you are getting held up on the feelings of confidence, certainty, whatever it is, when you need to be using your beliefs to take the action. So when my emotions are absolute shit, which again, I'm a dramatic human. I got big emotions. I was raised in a family of chaotic Italians. I got some thoughts. I've got some emotions, right? But even when I'm feeling really down, even when my emotions are shit, I can still take the actions and succeed because I believe in myself to do it, because I can see myself in high regard. I still feel completely worthy all of the time, so I can keep going. And hard emotions don't change that self-understanding. They don't change that confidence. I can be frustrated and choose to not stay in frustration. I can be frustrated and still believe in myself. I can be frustrated and not want to do shit, but have the faith that what I want is accessible and creatable and meant for me, and still not do shit, but hold that belief, which gets me back to the action. And I think what I see holding so many female founders back from the kinds of success that they want and are very, very capable of is that what they do or don't do is totally dictated by their emotions. They're just so tied to how they're feeling. And when we don't have high belief about ourselves, about our abilities, about our business, about our life, whatever it is, I don't care if this is working out, dating, business, whatever. You guys know I talk about all of it. When you don't have high belief in yourself, you're going to be tied to your emotions. So if you're like, oh my God, this is happening to me, that when I'm motivated, I do stuff when I'm feeling good one morning, I do great. And then the next morning, I feel like shit, I don't do anything. I procrastinate, I avoid work, all of the things. I believe in myself one day and the next day I don't. That's because your ability to take action is currently tied to your emotions. And the fix is to get your belief up, to get your confidence up. So when you work with me and we raise your confidence in all areas of life, by the way, we raise your self-worth, we raise your identity, we raise your belief. That's what's going to make you be able to hit all of your goals. That's what's going to make it happen better and faster and bigger than you've imagined, because you're still going to be able to take that fast, great action, even when you feel like shit. A really good example of this is, I'm in it right now, actually. I love working out. I love working out. I really do like it. It's just my thing. And I haven't been doing it lately. And it's because I've gotten, I use this lightly and I'm only saying it to myself, okay? I'm not saying it about you guys. I'm getting a little lazy. I'm getting a little lazy. And I'm letting my emotions dictate whether or not I go to the gym. And so, of course, I'm not going to the gym as much. And when I get back it's me just choosing to have the thoughts and getting back into it and being a little bit more disciplined with myself. When I do that, I'll hit the gym every day and I'll feel good. And it's because whether I want to go or not, whether I feel like shit or not, I'll still go because I have certain goals, because I believe in myself, because I identify as someone who is going. Right. And again, I've just gotten, for me, a little lazy with that. And I see this a lot with, if we take my female founders who listen, what I will see so often is you start out of the gate selling something, or at the top of the month or during a launch, so damn confident. You are guns blazing going out there, firing all cylinders, you feel really good. And the second you're not validated as soon as you expected, it plummets. And then you have to work and work and work to try and get yourself back up. And it usually doesn't go as you want it to go. And you might still hit your goals, but it was probably a harder process than you wanted it to be. You probably didn't have as much fun. And it's usually because your beliefs weren't solid, your identity, your ability, your trust in your ability to succeed wasn't fully solid. It wasn't full-time confidence like I really want you to have. And so you got a little shaken up by your emotions. And of course, you're always going to have, and I really want to reiterate this, you are normal to have the full spectrum of human emotions. They will still happen either way. They're always going to happen. But when you can fall back on your beliefs, you can keep going, you can hit all of your goals. This was a good one. I hoped you liked this, because honestly, you should hire me after this episode, because this changes businesses. This changes your whole, like, it's changed my body, honestly. Like, I've got really fit after this. It changed my ability to honestly show up in my relationship. It's changed so much of my life. So I really hope you guys take this episode seriously. It can really help you in every area. And let me know if you like it. I want to talk to you guys more. Come talk to me. So let me know if you like it. And again, if you're struggling with this, if you want the ability to hit any single life or business goal that you have, if you want to make confidence your full-time thing, if you want to make it a strength, come talk to me about one-to-one coaching. We have 6 months of support. We have weekly calls. I talk to you every single day. You get access to unlimited, and it's just 6 months of truly transforming your life through confidence. I have 2 spots open for July. So come let me know if you want to talk about it, if you want details, if you want to know more about what you and I could individually work on. And I can't wait to talk to you soon. Thanks for listening.